If you have been working with quality or safety for years, the following message might be disturbing and might even rock your robust worldview. Variance is your friend. Once there was a ship with a captain, and the ship was carrying heavy explosives. There was a storm on its way, and the safety instructions prescribed that the captain had to bring the ship to the nearest harbor as soon as possible. When he was closer to the shore, he could see smoke in the horizon, and over the radio he heard about a big fire on the harbor. Now, the safety instructions actually didn't foresee this combination of events. So, the captain had to cope with the unanticipated to prevent a disaster from happening. Now, you might have learned over the years that variance and the human factor needs to be eliminated, and that it's the enemy and even dangerous. But I have to break it to you. Just as often, human variance is what improves quality and prevents the disaster. In fact, the ability to cope with the unanticipated is an indispensable human trait. Automation and procedures can only be programmed to cope with what we can imagine or anticipate. Professor Eric Hallnagel, author of several books on resilience engineering, puts it like this: the difference between what we can imagine and what can happen is greater than we can imagine. Human beings are more sophisticated than machines and are capable of coping with the unanticipated. Now, I'm not saying we shouldn't have procedures, standard work, or quality control. What I am saying is we should learn at least as much from the 99% of times when things go right. We should ask ourselves, how can we make more things go right? And how can we leverage human variance? But in fact, we spend more than 90% of our quality and safety resources on preventing things from going wrong and investigating when they do. Yet, we have much more data on when things go right. We simply just don't make use of it. I'm not advocating for happy-go-lucky. What I am saying is that we must let to believe that when things go right, it's because things happen as imagined or as we've planned. But we live in a complex world where there isn't always a collision between cause and effect. What I am advocating for is resilience rather than robustness. The concept of resilience is about having more things to go right. But it's a hard sell, because when you've built resilience, it's hard to say that if you hadn't done so, that things would have gone wrong or even just worse. So what we need to focus on is to get as much as possible to go right. We have developed a research and behavioral change concept that offers deep insights and thorough data. We're collecting stories about human traits and factors that will offer a really good basis for better decisions, higher performance, and safer work. So if you want to see a cultural change process that will blow your mind, please contact me and learn more about our concept.